Late last week, I received an email from a well-known marketer in the SEO industry, and they talked about why they are moving away from WordPress in 2025. And basically, the email linked to an article that went on to talk about why they're moving away, and basically they are considering some other platforms this year. However, I have a different opinion from that. And I believe that even if you are starting today, WordPress is still the best platform for beginners, especially if you're serious about your business website. Number one, why? Because WordPress is very catered for beginners. It's easy to set up, and many hosting providers have a famous 5-minute install. It's integrated into the back end for many web hosting providers. So creating an account, creating a WordPress installation on your hosting and getting started is literally 5 minutes. And you can compare that to creating an account on a software as a service platform like Wix or Weebly or Framer or whatever there is new platforms coming out. So I don't think there is a comparison. There is a huge difference here. Maybe the software as a service one has tweaked their onboarding process better, but really there's not much of a difference. Number two, in WordPress, there is a large availability of themes and plugins that you can use, which are for free from the WordPress repository. And if these themes and plugins can't serve your needs, there are always premium themes and plugins that you can use. Of course, premium means you have to pay a fee. This is unlike software as a service where most of the themes, they may have a huge variety of themes and plugins, but it's all limited to what they produce most of the time. Granted, some of these software as a service do take contributions from others as well, but none of it as big as what you see on the WordPress community. Number three, and actually this is the most important part. If you're serious about your business website, you need to own the data. You need to own your website and the platform. And only open source platforms like WordPress or Drupal, Magento, only these platforms allow you to own your own data. Every software as a service platform has their own terms and conditions in terms of what you can publish because you're using their platform, what kind of content you can publish, what kind of limits they place, and if for any reason they find your site compromising on their terms of service, they can shut you down without notice. I've heard many horror stories about this. And number four, again, because you own your own website, you're not reliant on someone else's architecture, not reliant on someone else's on the features provided in the software as a service. You're free to customize the platform that you like. Let's take a very simple example. Let's say you want a contact form. Today, you might just want a contact form that has a regular contact form. Name, subject, email address, message. And probably every software as a service platform has that. But what if 3 months down the road, you realize that you prefer something that has a conversational form kind of feel, answering one question, moving on to the next question in a whole full screen format. Do you know if that software as a service contact form platform will allow that? And if it doesn't, does it mean that you now have to use an external third-party program and integrate it in? The thing about WordPress is that, first of all, there are so many contact form plugins for you to choose from. So from the onset, you can choose one that suits you best. And in the middle of the way, you realize that you need more functionality and this one doesn't support you, switch to a different contact form plugin. And if you really did all your research and all the contact form plugins doesn't meet your need, you can hire someone to code your specific functionality just for your site. And that lies in where the power of WordPress is. I should say it again. There is where the power of WordPress lies in. So, even if you are a beginner starting a website, this year in 2025, February, I will recommend you to use WordPress. It's worthwhile to learn. It's just like driving an automatic car and a manual car. You have more control over when to switch gears. In fact, using WordPress is like owning a manual car and you learning how to be a mechanic. If you are not that serious, you just want to put a temporary site, go ahead, use these platforms. But if you're serious about your business, you're serious about using this platform, you're serious about building a site that really works for you, use WordPress. See you.